Okay, sorry, I was trying to fix some things here on my system. Technology is not something that you can brag about, no, boast about. Well, welcome again to this session of marriage and psychology. Another moments that we can share some exciting, things, especially as regards to the quality of our living and the quality of our relationship in the home and especially in our marriages. Like I always say, if a home is healthy, then definitely our society, our community, and especially the church will be healthy. But once home has a problem, then definitely the family who are really affected would definitely take that problem to the church. So that's why people are so much writing and talking about it, presenting papers, doing seminars. I mean, all this is because of the importance of home or marriage, so to say, or relationship in a family. It could be someone will be focusing on children, someone will be focusing on parents, someone will be focusing on relationship between a husband and wife, and it depends on where it's a broad, it's a wide field when it comes to marriage or when it comes to family issues or family life. So, and for us here, or for me, I decided to kind of lean towards, the both physical, emotional, psychological. I mean, what encompasses, the problem, the the struggle that we have, as individuals coming together, bringing each other's struggle. So, that um, forms some, difficult moments, sometimes stressful moments, and we live with tension as whether or not how to survive it. And so um, we will continue. That's what last week, as because Christmas or festive, moments, they come along with a lot of their own baggages. So we talked about that, and so today I would want us to look at this very area of our struggle, in life. It's not probably seen, or it's not kind of well identified, but the truth is we struggle with that. Maybe today when I say that, or by the time we kind of talked about that, in the end you might probably see or kind of get yourself familiar and get to begin to watch it, and see or observe where or am I really affected. And of course, uh, I would say we are all affected, especially when you are a parent. When you are a parent, definitely a father or mother, be rest assured, that you are in one way or the other affected. And that is codependency. Codependency. I don't know um, if some of you are familiar. If you're not familiar, just I just want to introduce you to this. Um, it could be a disease. It could be anything you can think of, but it's another, could be emotional, psychological, or maybe a substance, or way of becoming so connected. So codependency, it's a serious problem today and always. codependency, because I want this one to be good, but I don't know how to set the boundary, to how we can support, how we can help, one another. And so therefore, what is codependency? Before I kind of go into breaking towards how you can identify that, and for you to kind of take a note and begin to help yourself. So, in one word, is a control relationship. In just a sentence, what is a control? Control. But codependency is a more a control relationship. You know, to dominate another person's, another person, or another person's in a relationship, or to take ownership of someone's, relationship, or giving in your relationship, or selling your relationship to someone, or handing over your relationship to someone to be controlled. Is either you are controlling or someone is controlling you, and so codependency is in the home. It's between you. It's commonly seen between parent, and children, and of course, definitely you cannot avoid it. Sometimes, between husband and wife. You know, I know many psychologists, have written about this, and they all have their perspective as regards to what this is all about, and how we can identify those, and what are the symptoms, and if it will form any prognosis or not. But it is serious. It is serious. Codependency is serious. If care is not taken, you ruin someone's self-esteem. If care is not taken, you completely throw someone off his life development. If care is not taken, you would completely mess up with someone's complete his brain wiredness, or his mental capacity, so to say. And so I'm going to look at some of the symptoms, or some of the ways that we can identify these things, from one of my professors, viewpoint. And so there are a few points that I'm going to mention based on how he looked at it, and what he's trying to say as regards to codependency. How do we connect? How are we connected? How are we attached? I mean, what kind of attachment are we forming, or have we formed, so to say? And so I know you might have a child, or you might have a friend, or you might have uh, something that you think you cannot do without, and something that you think if you leave it, you would feel kind of not useful at all. But what is that? What is that? Now, codependency, it's you being so much relying, so much, hooking yourself up, or allowing someone to rely on you, to rely on you. You're either relying on someone, or someone relying on you, that he cannot do without you. He cannot take any decision, if it is not from you, or someone cannot make any, decision, cannot take a decision if you are not the one. That person's decision is not good, it's not okay, it is not enough. Or it's me, depending on someone, it's like my opinion is not, it's not acceptable, or is not, so that's it. So one of the ways, one of the symptoms, or one of the things you want to watch out is, you have trouble articulating your feelings and emotions. When you have problem articulating your feelings and emotions, then you got to watch out, because codependent people tend to avoid talking about their feelings, emotions, and of course thoughts. They often believe their opinions don't matter. They just they just say what they think others want to hear. If they do share, they may find it difficult to get to the point or express their emotional, incorrect. So they struggle with that. When you struggle with that, then be, be, just know that you are in that trap. And of course, another thing that you need to watch out is when you try to be like someone, or you want to be like everyone. You want to be like everyone. So definitely that attachment that you are given to oh, he's doing this way, okay, I'm going to do it this way. Oh, he's doing it, oh, I'm going to do it this way. Now by that you find out you don't have your own personal opinion. You don't have your own personal judgment. You survive by other people's judgment. Of course, many codependent people don't like themselves. They desperately, it's a kind of force that is coming over with seeking for approval, seeking for someone to love me, seeking for someone to kind of accept me, seeking for someone to protect me. And many a times, they feel like they have to prove that they are worthy. Listen, you didn't create yourself. I did not create myself. So if you don't like yourself, sometimes it's difficult for someone to like you. So you better like yourself, you better love yourself, you better accept yourself, you better approve, you better have a good judgment, of yourself. So, codependent people, most of the time, they struggle, because they want everyone to like them, they want everyone to love them, So definitely you don't want to rely on people. So you find out in the home where husband and wife live together, I mean, even before the marriage, before you come together, there's that kind of a way of giving in. And so when you give in already, because you don't know what you want, because you don't trust yourself, you don't accept yourself, you don't believe in yourself. So whatever he says, yeah, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And when you try to want to do something, you feel like, no, yours is not okay. So you're totally dependent on your husband. He has to do it. No, my husband knows it all. No, if it is not my husband that did that, or that is doing it, I don't think it's okay. I'm afraid I'm going to spoil this. I'm not going to touch this. I'm not going to touch it. And if it is money in the house, now, because of course you don't trust yourself, you don't believe in yourself, so you kind of say, well, I don't know, I'm going to wait until he comes. And if it is trying to manage money, and if you have someone who doesn't know how to manage money, but because of your fear, but because of your total kind of a dependent on that person, and that person might not really be appropriating, might not be really handling this money in a proper way. So, but you feel, no, well, you keep dying and killing yourselves both. And if it is your son or your daughter, especially when it comes to making this, going to school, we want to marry, we want to start a business, want to do something. Oh no, My mom, I'm waiting for my mom to say something. I'm waiting for my dad to say this. I'm waiting for my, and so everything is not you. And to you as parents, you think, your daughter doesn't know it. You are the only one that knows it. Or she's not capable of making, good judgment. Or, I mean, listen, we I'll get there because there's need for setting good boundaries. When you feel the need to control and fix others, so parent, that's what I'm talking about. When you think, you want to fix it, you want to correct it, you're the only one. So when you feel, when you see yourself too much trying to fix someone, trying to help someone, but not just even a help, because you are controlling that person. Everything is about you. Everything is about you. So because those people, codependent people, of course they feel a sense of emptiness, worthlessness. Of course there's even when there's no crisis to kind of take care of. They typically have a strong urge to provide solution all the time. All the time. They want to advise you, and of course, they want to be there even when you don't need them. Even when you don't need them, you know. And so, if you're a student, um, you would struggle to have your own ideas or your own, to come up with a particular, theory or your own principle. It's just this. If it is not this, then it is not working. And as a teacher, they have to do what you're asking them to do. If they don't do it that way, whatever answer they give is not right, even when they give it right, but you feel, no, this is how I want it to be. This is my answer. Your answer is the only good answer all the time. See, that is a struggle at home. It's a struggle at home, and I talked about boundaries now. Watch out when you have trouble setting clear boundaries in your own life. That's a problem, because if you have problems setting boundaries in your own life, someone wants to set the boundaries for you. You are waiting for someone to tell you, okay, don't do, or it is not this way. Make sure you don't go this way, or don't go there, or don't go there. All the time you struggle to set a boundary for yourself. Watch out. Watch out. you know Watch out. So don't condemn yourself all the time. Do not condemn yourself all the time. And of course, when you set your own interests and needs to do what others want, you set aside your own interest, of course, your own interest and needs to do what others. It's like you don't know what you're, like I mentioned before, you don't know what you want. You don't know what you like. You don't know whether you love or not, because you're relying on other people. You're relying on someone, you know. So it is tough. I know it is tough. It is so tough. It's so tough. So codependency has made many people um, um, lost their self-esteem. Completely. They are not able to stand on their own. They are not. They are not able to kind of do anything for themselves. And it ruins their life. It ruins their life. Too much loyalty. Your loyalty, your loyalty, I mean, to that, to that level that you cannot say no to either your boss or anybody. You cannot say no to your husband, or you cannot say no to your wife. And that's why some people will say, oh, he's a mumu, he's mumu, he doesn't know anything, he can, everything is his wife, everything is his wife, he's mumu. But at some point, when maybe before they got together or before they started the relationship, either she has seen or he had that problem already, and meeting this woman, is kind of her behaviors and her emotional, rewarded his problem. It awarded it. So definitely he feels, oh yeah, oh yes, 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 she is right. Oh, she is the one. I don't want her to see me as I'm not as a good husband. I don't want her to see me not as a good husband. I don't want her to think that I'm a bad. I don't want her to think I'm wicked. I don't want her to think that I cannot see. So whatever she said is okay. It's good. And the same thing with you. I don't want him to think that I'm a bad woman. I don't want him to think that I'm a wicked woman. I don't know. I want him to think that I don't know it. Yeah. We need to learn to set boundaries. We need to learn to kind of know what we are interested in. What are our own desires? What are our own we talk about it. You talk about it. You don't want to hide it. You don't want to suffer, in silence. You don't want to suffer in silence. Talk about it. You know, talk about your feelings. Talk about what you want, what you don't want. You talk about it. You know, but when you think no, it's only him. It's only him, or only she can't know. It's a problem. And sometimes another thing that needs to be observed, or you pay attention to it, to be identified, as codependency. It's when you too much ignore, or you avoid, or you deny problem. It means someone is controlling you. It means you're living under someone's control. You are depending on someone, because you ignore, you avoid, you deny it, you deny the problem. When there is problem, when you see problem. So that's why sometimes some marriages die, or some marriages don't grow, some marriages don't move forward, simply because one of us feel I'm worthless, I cannot. So we deny, we ignore, we avoid problems, we avoid it. But we need to stand, we need to have that self-approval. We need to have that self-worth. We need to have that self-acceptance. We need to approve of ourselves. When you have that, then you will see through the lenses of that, for you to see the fault of another person, or the problem that is going on, for you to kind of call for a resolve. Another way, or of course, another way to identify, when you try to kind of um, ignore thoughts, or suppress thoughts and feelings, because of what? Because of fear, or because of guilt. You want to suppress it. You're afraid, because you don't want problem. So, and even when those thoughts, I don't want to put my someone that I know very well, because that person will come, want to say something, say, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Why? Because fear. Fear. The person will come and want to say something, and before you know, he holds back or she holds back. I wanted to say this. Oh, it's okay. I mean, forget it, forget it, forget it, forget it. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. When he knows that or she knows that he is not fine. These are emotional problems, feelings, psychological issues. You know, when you have a low self-esteem and low self-worth, listen, instead of developing, your sense of self-worth, you kind of you kind of rely on another person. So definitely, codependent people may build up artificial self-esteem and self-worth. Why? Because they are looking to others, and definitely they want to build that from others. Sometimes there's this fear of feeling ashamed. They feel ashamed of themselves, as regards to who they are, and they lack the confidence, and they feel, what about if I don't succeed? What about if I fail? What about if it didn't work? What about if something happened? If something happened, you know, yeah. What if something may happen, but are you the first person to lose? Are you the first person to be a failure? You are not the first person, the first person. You are not alone. We all fail. We all fail. We all can make errors. We learn from our errors, we learn from our mistakes. And so that as husband and wives, the only way you can grow is to make mistake. Allow mistake to happen. And that's why, people avoid suffering. As Christians, you think, oh, I don't want to suffer. But let me tell you, when there's no suffering, there's no maturity. When there's no suffering, there's no maturity. You suffer to mature because you are able to endure, some situation. You are able to persevere some problems, or that, so when it comes to codependency, all of these things, those pieces put together, forms that. And I'm be honest with you guys. I want to put myself, you know, at the age, because I remember I used to, because of my poor, communication skills, so I feel like, even what I'm doing now, I remember a friend of mine who motivated me, who, today he takes the glory, and I give him the credit, um, because he keeps, say, hey, you can do that. I said, no, and when I come back, I feel like, what am I going to say? How am I going to say it? People are going to laugh at me. People will say, oh, he doesn't know nothing. Look at what he's saying. Look at what he's talking about. But let me tell you something. It doesn't matter whatever you say. It means if it doesn't make sense to Mr. A, it will make sense to Mr. B. Yeah. Information, there's no wrong information. Whether good or bad, that information would be useful somehow, somewhere. So, and that's why, when you say a rumor, there's always is always either true or false. So then the rumor is a rumor. Can you change it? No, it's a rumor. And of course, another way to identify, codependency, too much of withdrawal, and too much, depression, and too much, anxious about something, you feel, because you don't want to talk about it, so you're quiet, you are to yourself, you are withdrawing to yourself, and you don't want to even come close to people. You don't want to talk about anything, or they are talking about something here, because you don't want to, you don't want them to say you are wrong, so you kind of don't even want to listen to what they're saying, but you rather want to go quiet to a quiet place and just be there. You know, you withdraw. You know, when you are, when you have that, when you are at that withdrawal state, remember that's one of the problems. And when you refuse to seek help because you feel like the problem isn't bad enough. Well, it's okay. No, it's not. I'll just continue. I'll just remain there. You know, those who have codependency problem, they will have problem, but they struggle to ask for help. They struggle to, you know, say that they have a problem. They'll be dying in silence. They die in silence. So it's tough. It's difficult. You know, and sometimes, you know, codependent, you know, people, you know, when they are bossy, they want to, they want to, they want to do everything. They want to do everything. They want to do everything. So nobody knows it except them. You know, so and that's what happens in marriage. So that's why if you marry a woman or a wife, if you marry a woman or a man who has low self-esteem, you take advantage of him, or a woman who has low self-esteem, you take advantage of her. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, you're wrong. You're wrong. That's not it. Listen, as husband and wife, marriage is a field. Marriage is a school. Don't tell me that you've graduated. You are not a graduate. None of you is a graduate. None of you. You will never graduate until you die. So marriage is a school that we are learning. We are learning. No, none of you is perfect. None of you is a graduate. So you better humble yourself. You know, humble yourself. You better learn. That woman that you think that she doesn't know nothing, she is your teacher. That man that you think he doesn't know nothing, he is your teacher. So listen, guys, you know, this codependency is a problem. It's in the home. It's everywhere. And because I didn't touch much of people who are so much controlled by substance, you know, yeah, the truth is, because they feel if they stop taking this very particular substance, or if they stop this behavior, they will feel, oh no, 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 people think as if I'm this. If he is someone who used to talk and talk and talk, if I saw people who ask and say, why have I stopped talking, or why am I? No, have a clear judgment to yourself. Smoking. If I stop smoking, all my friends will say, "Oh." So now, because you are not controlled by your friends. If I stop drinking, you are now controlled by your friends. Or because they say, or if I don't drink, I'm not going to feel this way. I'm not going to feel that. Listen, you are being controlled by that alcohol. You are being controlled by that cigarette. You are being controlled by that drug. You better stop it. Think about it. And let me say it here categorically. I know as psychologists, listen, stop deceiving yourself to tell me that if I don't smoke, I mean, I don't get, you know, I'm stressed. So when I smoke, I get relaxed. That's a lie. I said this. Stop lying. Stop deceiving yourself. That's a lie you're telling yourself. We go under, there are stresses, we go under them, and we can control them. But because you started it, And now to leave it is a problem. That's the problem is not the stress, but the problem is because you started something. You an alcoholic, because you started it. Now you're telling me that, oh no, if I don't, because you started it. We all have stress in life. We all undergo difficult moment. But because we decided, we are the one that is deciding. You with the emotional problems, you struggle to control this emotion, this behavior. Oh, I cannot stop it. That's how God. That's not true. It's a lie. It's the lie. No, no, no. Come talk to me. We can handle that together. We can work it out together. Come, let's talk. We'll talk about it. We can handle it. You know, don't sell yourself to something that you know that you supposed to control it and it's going no. Don't be a slave. Don't be a slave to drug. Don't be a slave to someone. Don't be a slave to your emotion. Don't be a slave to I mean a certain behavior. No, don't be. Okay. I'm gonna just stop here. I want to stop yelling Islam. I'm fighting you. I'm sorry. I'm not fighting you, but I'm just so passionate about this. I'm just so passionate about this. You know, my friends are hurting. My people are hurting. I hate to see people hurting themselves by themselves. You know, they know that they are hurting, but they won't say that they are hurting. I struggle. So that's why you see me. So that's part of my own codependent. Because I feel like I can fix everyone. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like I'm fixed. I can fix. I can fix. But let's collaborate. Let's form an alliance to help you. Okay. Yeah. Let me know. Like I said, or you can reach me at any time. Reach me anytime. If you are from whatever part of the country you are, your country code, then 267-774-1458. But if you are in the US, it's 267 267 2674 267 774-1458. If you are outside the United States, put your country code, then 267-774-1458. All right. Thank you. Keep, following Replica Church. That's a lot to learn. That's a brother who is doing talking to us about mission, trying to mobilize us for a mission work. There are people who are talking about other things. So keep you know. Thank you for your time. Thank you for I hope this really make sense. I hope you learn something out of this. I continue to pray that let's stand. Let's be ourselves. Let's learn to be ourselves and let's stay safe. I know Omicron is now out again, as they say, whatever. But don't allow Omicron to control you. Don't be codependent to Omicron. No, find a way. Live healthy. Eat healthy. You know, take good food so that Omicron will not control you. Death, of course, we will one day all die, but let's not allow Omicron to kill us. Thank you guys. I appreciate you all. Have a wonderful weekend.